What it do? What it do? 2026. Hopefully, some of y'all brought 2026 in a safe way, in the right way. Give me from a little stain, y'all. 226. Uncle Murder did the wrap up. That was fire. 2025, man. 2025. Looking back, 2025 was cool. I made the best of it. And when I say I literally mean I, no one else. You know what I mean? 2026, Happy New Year. If you out there getting busted and disgusted, hopefully you do it in a safe way. I know everybody done turned up to the max. Some people went to church. Everybody go about their New Year's is different. Some people go to church. Some people go to New York. Some people watch the countdown from the crib. You know what I mean? It's all kind of ways to bring New Year's in, but you know what I mean? You definitely should bring it in with a prayer and be thankful and look back and say, hey, God, you the best, you know? Cat Williams started this year off with the Club Shay Shay interview, speaking his truth, and this year has been full of unexpected behavior and unexpected situations. And some situations was expected because certain people put themselves in certain situations, you know what I mean? So 2025, man, I'm glad that it's behind me. You know what I mean? I cut a lot of water off last year, and I'm gonna do the same thing this year. You know what I mean? Each year and year go by, I cut more water off. You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't got to wait and see who is for you. You know what I mean? So, but 2025 Tribe Culture, we grow, so we gain subscribers, viewers, and it's the same thing for this year, man. You know what I mean? Branding, invested in my business, turning it up. You know what I mean? Turning it up, making the best of it. You know what I mean? Not trying to do too much complaining. This year is going to be a prosperous year for Tribe Gang TV. You know what I mean? Um, 2025, like I said, looking back, hey, it was cool. You know what I mean? I made the best of it. And now 2026 here, I'm going to make the best of that. And this year, I'm definitely going to focus on me because in order for me to achieve the things that I want to achieve, I got to focus on me. And not saying I never was focusing on me, but this year I'm gonna be a lot more selfish. And I'm already an isolated individual. I'm gonna be more isolated as far as associate myself with certain people and crowds or whatever. But business wise, you know, that's gonna continue on, you know. But I really ain't got too much to complain about. Like I don't got fake friends, fake associates. You don't ever see me making random posts about fake people. Um, like I say, I really ain't got too much to complain about for real. Like I say, I want business to be better. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want business to grow and grow and grow and get better and better as time go on? You know what I mean? But I know one thing: anything from 2025 that was dead weight, and if you still looming around in the air, your ass is on the clock. You know what I mean? This year, in order for those around me, my immediate loved ones, to prosper and feel the love and all of that, and feel the benefits of what I got going on, I gotta match the gas for real. And this year is all about not even just this year, just from this year forward, it's all about bettering yourself, being even more patient than the year before, handling your finances a lot more better, just all type of goals, you know what I mean? So let's uh let's stick to things that we plan and strategize and visions that we set for ourselves. Let's stick to it and really see it through. You know what I mean? Like I got so many things that's gonna happen. Not that I want to happen, that's gonna happen this year. You know what I mean? And I don't gotta make it happen with nobody. If your ass ain't already woke up and smelled the coffee, then I'm not for the buy the coffee maker to make sure you smelling Folgers or some shit. You know what I mean? So this year right here is not about nobody else. I'm not holding a motherfucking hand. If I'm pretty good, I got a great sixth sense anyway, so I can sense BS or a lot of nonsense anyway. But like this year, I had a lot of last year and the year before I gave out a lot of shit, merch. You know what I mean? Certain shit like that or whatever, you know, but this year I ain't giving you niggas nothing. You know what I mean? That's the problem with quote unquote certain black people type shit, like where, you know what I mean, they can sell something and you buy from them all day. You know what I mean? Whether it's weed, cologne, whatever it is, but the moment you start doing something, they got their hand out. They got amnesia. Now you can't count money. You don't even know what money is all of a sudden. But when it comes to something you doing, you want full support on type shit. You know what I mean? So I'm mashing the gas on running over niggas, whether I knew your ass or not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not holding back. You know what I mean? Which is I never been a hold back type individual anyway. But if you thought I was brutally honest in 225, just wait to 226. There's gonna be a lot of changes made. I'm cutting water off like a motherfucker. And if you don't know what that means, find you an old head and answer when they say somebody talking about cutting your water off. So the busters and fakes, enjoy while you can. Only people who hands deserve to get held is kids. Char- Charlie Murr, what it do, family? Salute. Hit that like button while you here, family. How was your New Year's? What you do for New Year's? Bring it in with a prayer. What you do? And you know, every year, man, I appreciate you, family. Salute, Charlie, for sure. Every year, right? I hear people set goals and all type of shit. You know, some follow through, some don't. But let's really try to achieve the goals that you got set. We need to start cutting everybody water off who don't deserve to have their water on, who's around you. You know what I mean? We got to smother their ass and bring them out so they can be exposed and show people who they really are. You know what I mean? Some people don't mean you well. They just act like they do. You know what I mean? And I'm aware of that. You know, you can't piss on my head and tell me it's raining. You know what I mean? I'm very aware of the fake energy. You know what I mean? This year, we're not doing fake energy. Look, hi from Turkey. Happy New Year. Salute to Ray 7119. Hit that like button, family, while you in here. How was your New Year's? You know what I mean? It's 2026. We Xing out BS. Hit that like button. Tribe Gang TV. We up in the stakes. We elevating. Oh yeah. You ain't tapped in? Tribe Gang mask. Remember the old ones just had the tribe said Tribe Gang. Go look on my story. The new ones got the new logo on there. Tap in. Shopify, Tribe Culture TV 83. So we got people from Turkey, Indonesia, Africa, all over. Happy New Year to y'all, man. Hopefully, whatever goal you set for yourself, you stick to it and stand firm on it. You know what I mean? And make it happen. Only person who can make any goals and visions you got happen is the person that's talking and looking at itself in the mirror, you. I'm real excited because I already know this year right here is going to be an even more prosperous year than the last. You know what I mean? You always going to have the devil or somebody who worked for him trying to throw a monkey wrench in on ideas and plans that you got that you want to see fall through. You know what I mean? But if you just stay focused and stay down and keep believing in yourself, you don't really need a human to believe in you. See, that's what I learned. I don't look for human validation. You know what I mean? I'd rather be valid by my Heavenly Father upstairs. I don't need no human to validate me like, oh yeah, he's certified or they certified. Nah, I don't need that from you. I don't need your love. I don't need a lot of shit from people. As long as I get it from up there, I don't give a damn about love on earth for real. And I ain't trying to sound heartless or anything like that. And I'm not talking about immediate family. We talking about fake associates and people who try to fill you out with a conversation, a hug, or a handshake. These are the people we talking about, who are chameleons, who think they can camouflage and fit in everywhere. But when you come across a real one, we can tell what you are and you're going to stand out. You know what I mean? You ain't just going to blend in around here and think you're just going to play a role and slide through the cracks. Like, nah. This year to me, so many great plans and ideas, and each year I get better and better. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about what somebody else doing. You know what I mean? Whatever they doing, they doing. I can care less for. I'm from the South, man. We grew up with the mind our business, and if it ain't your business, keep it pushing that like you don't see it. Unless it's a child involved or some shit. But I already don't link up anyway with people, so I'm gonna do that even more this year. Like I said, now business don't got nothing to do with this. You know what I mean? Like I say, I ain't the chosen few I did deal with who just got their hands out, who just never supported a nigga. You know what I mean? You just people have you come around them just to see if you fucked up for real. You know what I mean? People, I've been knew that people ain't never genuine for real. You know what I mean? Why you think when you get a Facebook and you accept somebody's friend request, they don't hit no likes on your pictures or shit like that? People just be wanna have access to see how you doing. You know what I mean? Do you got all your teeth? You know what I mean? Is you on fucking fent? Is you on heroin? Is you just out here shaking ass in the streets? You know what I mean? And when I say that, I'm not meaning a woman. That goes for male and female, because niggas be shaking ass in the streets too, loose as hell. So, you know, and a nigga ain't holding hands this year neither. As far as what I mean by that, meaning like, if your mind ain't up to speed, then you fucked. Ain't nobody finna go through write shit down on kindergarten paper with the line this long for you to understand and comprehend what the fuck is going on around here. You know what I mean? One thing about me, I got chosen people who's in my life. You know what I mean? As long as I got them and Jesus Christ and all of them, I really don't care who's in my life and who ain't in my life. If I was around you and you was in my life and we don't boogie like that no more, sometimes it don't gotta be that something happened that took place. Sometimes it just be growth, like, you know what I mean? You and a person Might not have grew apart mentally. It might be conversation wise and all. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck we gonna talk about? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm not afraid to be my own everything. You know what I mean? My own friend. You know what I mean? Here we talk to ourselves anyway. My own everything. I'm my own employee, staff. I'm my own everything anyway. You know what I mean? Bodyguard. You know what I mean? Some shit hit the fan. I can't call gang gang. I am the gang gang. You know what I mean? So, and I'm cool with that. I accept that. You know what I mean? I accept that. 2026 is about connecting even more with the right people, business wise, and making my brand stronger. That's what I'm on this year. Branding even more and building towards my goal. I got a lot of visions. I still got places that I gotta reach out and go. You know what I mean? Just a lot of shit in store, you know? And like I say, if you've been here since the beginning, before I can even go live when I had 21 subscribers and all that, you've seen the growth of Tribe TV. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, I don't think I deleted every video, but it may be a chosen few of them still left up to where if they ain't up, they on Facebook. But, you know, you can go and look, and even if you go to my shorts and all of that, you know what I mean? You just go and look and see from 2000, as far as when I started back taking media game serious, was in 2022. I've been doing this shit because if you go on my YouTube post, there's a picture from 2015 with me doing this shit, camera crew, whole setup, and all of that. And I was doing it before then. Remember, I'm 42. I really been doing this since like 99, 2000. You know what I mean? But it's just my mind was not focused on just this lane, like how you got the Hassan Campbells and urban politicians and certain people who they have slumped up far. They report on it because I'm not one of those kind of people. You feel me? Like I ain't reporting and moving off every little thing that budge. And then half the time, the information is not even correct or it's false. So a lot of these YouTubers jump out there putting videos out there the moment they hear anything, and then it don't even be true. You know what I mean? Like I ain't one of them kind of content creators who just thirsty to just be on any and everything that's moving. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking those who do. Some people, they first time seeing a bag is through YouTube. You know what I mean? I was touching bags way before. You know what I mean? So I didn't. My my drive might not be like your drive. You know what I mean? Your drive is probably on goddamn Mustang mode. You know what I mean? You trying to go. You trying to. You know what I mean? When you already got the bag or you coming in with a bag, you tend to not. I ain't gonna say be as hungry as the person who is trying to see a bag off this, but the average person who is trying to see a bag off of them, your content capable to be fucked up because you gonna talk on every little subject you can just to stay on YouTube and be a part of the algorithm or whatever because you're trying to gain attraction. So some information be false, some may be legit, but it's probably more false than legit because you just trying to gain attention and be a part of the algorithm, which is you can't knock nobody for how they approach of getting on and getting attention. You know what I mean? So everybody approach is different. You know what I mean? Some fast, some not. You know what I mean? I remember I started Tribe TV just to, because I used to see so much BS online, you know what I mean, from people who always talking about somebody hating on them or just a lot of shit in general. So, and then, you know, I always had love for the media game, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what, man? I'm, I'm going to start blogging, you know what I mean, about me and just other shit in general. And when you first start this, it's damn near addictive for real because if you somebody who already had a genuine little love for the media game, you this shit is like how rappers feel when they go in the booth. It's like therapy for real. You know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff that's pent up in you that you might not share with nobody else, and you might feel comfortable talking about it on live or doing a video. You know what I mean? So a lot of people find therapy in this shit. You know what I mean? They feel like they found an outlet. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't like an open individual. You know what I mean? Some people are shells. You know what I mean? So they feel like if they get on live and get on this shit and get to talking about daily shit or life experiences, you know what I mean? That builds their confidence. You know what I mean? And sometimes ain't nothing wrong with that for real. You know what I mean? I just know this year I'ma definitely stand on business even more. You know what I mean? I can't look back on last year and the year before and be like, oh, I had a lot of fake friends. This year the bottle ain't on me, the loud ain't on me, the pills ain't on this ain't on me, that ain't on me, I ain't pouring foes with no I was never doing that anyway. You know what I mean? I've been grew out that friendship LeBron holding my hands, play with my best friends type shit. I grew out that shit a long time ago. If you go to G Rio Benji or G Rio Instagram, G Rio Benji Facebook, you'll see a lot of my flicks. I ain't in the club or nowhere with a flock of niggas. Like I'm a boss for real. I hold my own for real. You know what I mean? I don't need nobody to hold my hand. My thing is just keep plotting, strategizing. As long as I know what I got going on mentally, I ain't gotta share it with nobody else like that. You know what I mean? I believe in your actions speak anyway. You know what I mean? Let the work and what you do and how you move speak for you versus you speaking it. You know what I mean? We got to stay self-disciplined. You know what I mean? Self-discipline. You know what I mean? I used to always promote that heavily in the beginning. Self-discipline. That's mandatory. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make nobody understand me. The more and more life go on, and the more and more the year go by, day, month, whatever, however you want to say it. I'm not forcing you to understand me. I'm not gonna make you understand me. If you can't observe and learn how to understand somebody, then you need to step the fuck on and go to the kindergarten section where you can slowly grasp the concept of understanding certain things. You know what I mean? All of that playing crazy. What? Huh? 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 Well, hunt your ass to the hunt section and stay over there with the rest of the Huns because y'all ain't gonna get nowhere. You know what I mean? People who ain't gonna get nowhere, they be trying to pull people who going somewhere down with them type shit. But I'm too smart for that. You know what I mean? I still got vision in certain ways how I can see my life playing out. You know what I mean? Other people might not be, you know what I mean, mentally on that level. You know what I mean? They just wake up and go, and then whatever happens with life, they content with. You know what I mean? I'm not content. You know what I mean? Like I want more, and I'm gonna have more, whether I'm with somebody or I'm by myself. You know what I mean? Either way it goes, the task will be completed. I look at this shit like the military. You know what I mean? If it's a goal or anything that I truly want to do, I always complete it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get on Facebook and put a paragraph this long crying about who did me wrong and oh my car broke down. Now that I ain't got a car or nobody, it be all type of crying ass shit that go on. And then half the people who crying burnt all their damn bridges and don't nobody want to fuck with you like that. But you don't say that part though. You don't say why nobody don't want to come pick you up and take your fucking kid to goddamn a candy cane shop or some shit. You just look at it like everybody fake. You had a car, you had this and that, and you jumped, and then now ain't nobody jumping for you. maybe you should think about why ain't nobody jump for you. People get used in life. That's a part of life. You know what I mean? People get used. You know what I mean? Either you're gonna be doing the using or you're gonna get used. And when you get used and then people have no more use for you, don't cry about it. Motherfucker want to get on Facebook and Instagram, make a whole post and all of that. And another thing I want to say too, I want to talk to people who act like they so spiritual, like God personally told them something. Like you'll have people who be like, my, they be extra. My God is this and woo de woo de woo 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 and if you mess with me, my God is gonna do this and that. But what? And you don't even know if you favored by God. How people just crazy, like they just be lying on God, throwing God in lies, like just all type of shit. If you made it to this year, or even if you made it to CBO Live, it's a blessing. You know what I mean? I don't think people truly understand so many fluky situations that we see on TV or on your phone can happen easily to one of us. You know what I mean? Like videos we see where you see people shooting and picnics and gatherings and theaters and all type of stuff. So it's like we need to be thankful. You know what I mean? Because you could work out, drink water, sea moss, all this different shit you see these different people promoting. You know what I mean? Which is, to me, the first person I ever heard speak on sea moss was King Erner. Then after that, it seemed like everybody just jumped in it for the hustle type. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Sea moss grass, sea moss Mountain Dew. See, you know what I mean? So, but King Erner from Philly was the first dude I heard talk about sea moss. You know what I mean? But now we got to take accountability for our lifestyle and our ways. You know what I mean? We can't say we're going to want $1 million and want to prosper and move forward if we don't clean up certain things that we need to clean up. You know what I mean? I try to get better day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, as far as keeping my closet clean of fuck shit. Every now and then you get dust and stragglers that come around and land on the ceiling fan or something like that, but you just gotta have your duster and dust that shit away. You know what I mean? I'm one of them people, I'm serious about goals. Like, you may go through some hurdles. Hell, you may even go through you may walk down some hallways. Some doors might have a lock on them. Some doors may be unlocked. You know what I mean? So, you gotta be a chance taker. And I always went by a motto since I was young that I taught myself is chances make champions. You know what I mean? But you can't be scared to take a chance. You know what I mean? So chances make champions, man. You know, people be scared to jump out there in that water for real. Was piranhas, orcas, whales, dolphins, jellyfishes. Yeah, you act like you living like that, but when you really out there in that water for real with other dangerous predators, is you gonna swim? Is you gonna make it? I've been in them waters for a long time. I'm not scared of them. You know what I mean? So this year, man, it's all about prosperity, prospering. You know what I mean? Aligning yourself um, with in a good surrounding situation. You know what I mean? Having more balance. You know what I mean? And self discipline. You know what I mean? Like I say, I always say this, man. We got Tribe Beard Oil. Tap in. Shopify app. Tribe Culture TV 83. You know what I mean? You want that Rick Ross nice, you know what I mean? that, you know, healthy look, you know what I mean? That shit they're gonna do it for you. You know, we got Tribalist Effect, pre-workout, you know what I mean? 2 capsules a day. Results in 7 days, 60 capsules in the bottle. You already know Shopify. Tribe Culture TV 83. You know what I mean? But I had to tap in, check in, you know what I mean? New Year's Day with the people. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all had a cool, laid back New Year's and you're ready to take on the challenges and things that await you this year, and you embrace it with open arms, whether it's highs or lows. You know what I mean? Meaning good or bad. You know what I mean? So I don't want my phone to down, y'all. Tribe Gang TV. Go to my page, like, comment, subscribe. G Rio Benji Facebook, G Rio Benji Instagram. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. Tribe Gang TV, salute. Tribe.